most toxic person in your life might be the voice in your own head. Think about it. If someone followed you around all day saying, "You're not good enough," "They never cared about you," "You'll never get over this," you would call that abuse. But when it's your own thoughts, you call it reality. Most people aren't suffering because of what happened. They're suffering because their mind keeps reopening the same wound every single day. The breakup happened once. The rejection happened once. The embarrassment happened once. But your mind can make you live it 1,000 times. The moment you catch yourself repeating the same painful story, ask, is this thought helping me heal or helping me stay hurt? Because not every thought deserves your attention. And the day you stop arguing with the past is the day your future finally gets a chance. Nobody talks about this. Your suffering isn't coming from losing people. It's coming from the belief that they were supposed to stay. Think about it. You can have a relationship. You can have money. You can have success. None of those things create suffering. The suffering starts the moment you say, "I need this to be happy." Because now you're terrified of losing it. And that's only half of it. The other half, wanting reality to be different than it is. You want people to change. You want the past to be different. You want life to follow your plan. And everyday reality says no. That's why you're exhausted. Not because life is hard, but because you're fighting with what already exists. One hand is desperately trying to hold on. The other is desperately trying to push away. And both are stealing your peace. You suffer the most when you argue with reality. Peace begins when you accept life as it is. The moment someone can control your mood, you've given away your power. Read that again. If they text you, you're happy. If they don't, you're anxious. If they choose you, you feel worthy. If they leave, you question your value. That's not love. That's emotional dependence. And dependence always creates suffering. Because you've handed the keys to your happiness to someone else. The ego says, you need this person. You need this relationship. You need this outcome. You need their validation. But think about it. Before they entered your life, you existed. You had value. That's the ego talking. It operates from lack. You are not enough. But love says, I appreciate you. I enjoy your presence. One creates freedom. The other creates suffering. You're not attached to the person. You're attached to the fantasy. The future you imagined. The version of them in your head. People aren't meant to fit your fantasy. They're meant to reveal reality. Not everyone is meant to stay forever. Some people teach you lessons. And once the lesson is complete, the chapter ends. It fulfilled its purpose. But most people want permanence, so they hold on too long. And while holding on, they're missing their own life. Scrolling, comparing, watching highlight reels. That's the trap. Comparison steals your peace. The life you're chasing is happening right now, not later. Happiness isn't outside. It's an internal state. If you can't find it alone, you won't keep it anywhere. That's why being alone is powerful. You stop needing validation. Because you realize you are the only constant in your life. When that relationship becomes strong, attachment disappears, peace appears, and life stops feeling like chasing.